Why it sucks to be the Earth. You wake up in the middle of space, barely formed, and the first thing that happens is a planet the size of Mars slams into your face. You survive, sure, but why does it feel like the universe has had it out for you since day one? You're born in the worst possible neighborhood, the early solar system. It's 4.5 billion years ago, and everything around you is chaos. There's no peace, no quiet, no gentle start. Just violent collisions, flying rocks the size of cities, and a sun that behaves like an unstable firecracker. From the second you open your eyes, you're dodging space shrapnel and taking hits from whatever the universe throws at you. Rocks, ice chunks, metallic debris, none of it asks permission before slamming into your newborn crust. You're still forming when Jupiter and Saturn start playing a gravitational game of musical chairs, flinging extra rocks in your direction just because they can. Meanwhile, the sun, that smug glowing ball in the center, is cackling like it enjoys the show. And the worst part, he's not even grown yet. He's still a baby star, a newborn like you, but somehow thinks he's the boss of the whole place. Just as you start to settle into some kind of roundish shape, the universe hits you with the biggest betrayal of all. A planet-sized object named Theia, yeah, a whole planet, comes charging at you like it missed the cosmic speed limit. You don't even get a warning. It crashes straight into your side with such force it nearly rips you in half. You're mangled, molten, and half your insides are splattered into space, but you're still breathing. Barely. And Theia? She doesn't make it. Her remains end up fused into your body. Some of her debris floats around you for a bit before clumping together into a glowing hot mess that becomes the moon. You just became a single parent to a satellite you didn't ask for. After the Theia collision, you're not just wounded, you're a wreck. Your surface isn't solid anymore. It's bubbling, glowing, fiery chaos. You've turned into a swirling ball of lava, your crust cracked wide open, your insides liquefied. There's no structure, just constant motion, explosions, and boiling rock. Everything inside you is trying to find its place again. It's like someone shook a bottle of oil and water and left it spinning. The heavy elements like iron and nickel start sinking deep toward your center, dragging heat with them. It hurts, but in a weird way, this trauma is reshaping you. At the heart of all that damage, your metal core is born. That's the one good thing to come out of this disaster. It's like you gained a superpower after surviving a beating. That molten metallic core eventually starts spinning, creating your very first magnetic field. It doesn't seem like much now, but later it's going to become your best defense, the shield that saves you from being stripped naked by the sun. Still, that doesn't change how it got there. You didn't want this. You didn't ask to be built from wreckage. But here you are, powered by pain and molten iron. The surface above all this chaos starts to cool down a bit, but it's not stable. Not yet. And that tilt from Theia, it's not going anywhere. That off-kilter wobble means you're going to have to endure seasons forever. You'll swing from ice to heat, from long days to endless nights, depending on where you are in orbit. This isn't just inconvenient, it shapes everything that comes after. From weather patterns to the future lives that crawl on your surface, all of it will be affected by that one collision. Once you start to cool down a little, your next big milestone is forming an atmosphere. You don't even get a say in what it's made of. It just kind of happens. Hydrogen and helium gather around you, light gases floating above your surface like a fragile little blanket. It's your first breath, your first attempt at building some kind of protection. It's not great, but it's something. You're proud of it for about 5 minutes. Then the sun wakes up again, stronger than before and 10 times more annoying. He's not a fully grown star yet, but he's already throwing tantrums. And when he sees your delicate hydrogen-helium atmosphere, he laughs, then blows it away, literally. His solar wind, streams of high-energy particles, rush in like a hurricane and strip your entire atmosphere right off your surface. Gone, just like that. You're bare again, totally exposed. You feel violated. You didn't even get to keep the receipt. You try to protest. You want to scream, but there's no sound in space. So instead, you just fume silently. Meanwhile, your moon has cooled a bit and starts circling you like a curious shadow. It never blinks, never looks away, just stares. It doesn't help that it's also covered in lava, equally broken, yet somehow creepier because it refuses to show any emotion. Great, you have a stalker moon. Just when you think the universe might finally cut you some slack, you get hit with a cosmic sucker punch again and again for a full 100 million years. This wasn't a one-time accident or a series of unfortunate events. This was a planned assault. The whole solar system starts acting like it has something personal against you. Jupiter and Saturn continue their messy gravitational tango, flinging rocks all over the place like they're bored and want to see what breaks. And guess what? You're right in the middle of their chaos. Huge asteroids, comets, and chunks of who knows what start slamming into your face like space is trying to remodel you by force. The late heavy bombardment, they call it. Cute name for something that's basically a galactic mugging. Every single inch of your surface gets punched, blasted, or dented. You've got craters on top of craters, no smooth patches anywhere. It's like your skin is made entirely of bruises and each one comes with a concussion. You can't even remember what it felt like to be untouched. You're trying to keep it together, to heal, to cool down. Eventually, despite all the abuse, your surface begins to harden. A crust starts forming. It's thin, fragile, and constantly at risk of cracking open from the next blow, but it's yours. For the first time, you're starting to wear a kind of armor. And while that might sound like progress, it doesn't mean you're okay. The trauma is still there, buried deep in every layer of rock, fossilized in every crater. You've been through too much too fast, and it's left scars that will never fully fade. Meanwhile, the moon just keeps watching, always facing you, never blinking, like it's keeping tabs in case you fall apart. It's been a century of destruction, and somehow you're still standing, but you're different now, more guarded, a little colder. You've learned something important, that survival doesn't mean peace. It just means you're strong enough to take the next hit. And deep down, you know more are coming. They always are. After all that chaos, something strange happens. You cool down just enough to form oceans. It's like your insides finally stop screaming and you get a moment to breathe. In those early waters, tiny forms of life begin to appear. Microbes. They're so small you barely notice them. At first you feel proud. You've done it. You're not just a dead rock anymore. You're a planet with life. The chosen one, right? But oh, how fast that feeling turns to regret. These microbes start multiplying. No problem there. Then they begin to change. They evolve. And at some point they figure out something truly dangerous. Photosynthesis. Now they're pumping oxygen into the atmosphere like it's some genius innovation, except it's not. Not for them. And definitely not for everything else alive at the time. Oxygen is poison to these ancient organisms. Within a few million years, nearly all life on you, almost 99%, dies in what scientists now call the Great Oxygenation Event. But you just call it your first betrayal. Just when you think things can't get worse, the oxygen starts reacting with greenhouse gases like methane, which used to keep you warm. Without that cozy atmospheric blanket, your temperature plummets. You don't get chilly, you freeze over, completely. Pole to pole, you become a solid ball of ice. Welcome to Snowball Earth. Your beautiful blue oceans are locked under thick white sheets, your skies are gray, and everything living is either frozen or gone. It's silent, cold, lonely. So, what are your thoughts on this? Let us know in the comments below.